Hello and welcome to this week's full moon reading. It is a full supermoon in Cancer. So as it is a supermoon, it means that the moon is nearer to the earth in its orbit, so the energy can feel a lot stronger. So Cancer energy is all about emotions, home, belonging, care and inner security. And a full moon brings things to light, especially what's been brewing beneath the surface. And the first card we have today is Stag, Trust and Thrive. You have the power within you to create a life where you can thrive. This is calling you to trust in your power, your gifts, and your talents. Really see how far you have come so far on your journey and really be proud of yourself. This is a call in towards leadership, as your strength and resilience is an inspiration to others. You can really help others on their journey just by sharing your truth. The more you move towards your deepest calling, the more inspiration and clarity you will receive for your next steps. This is also a card that can represent sexuality and fertility. So you may be wanting to start a family or add to your family or explore your sexual side more openly. If you have been repressing this side of yourself, it could be quite a powerful time for you to explore this, as energy in this area in your sacral can be blocked. Opening and releasing any desires or fears in this area can really allow stagnant energy to be released, and integrated. So, and doing this can also assist in Kundalini energy rising within you, which can really help you step into your power more fully. The next card we have is the Divine Matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicities, and God incidences. All of us, we are part of the divine matrix, which connects all things that is past, present, and future. But remember, everything is now. Everything happens in the now moment. To me, this is saying that we are not alone, even if we feel like we are. This is about being open to love from the universe and know all is how it should be. Any struggles you have experienced are not by chance, but everything is part of the divine plan to kind of assist you in your growth towards your full potential. The flower of life is a sacred geometry symbol that represents the blueprint for all of creation and the unity of all things. You can meditate on this symbol to access deeper consciousness and purpose. This is showing you that you are part of a collective that is helping to raise consciousness, and you do have an important part to play as well. You may have also been experiencing more synchronicities. Whatever that is to you, you can have your own meanings for things. But for me, I have a lot of birds that show up to show me kind of signs from nature. And that leads quite nicely onto our next card, because there's a lot of birds in this card, and this is about our conscious thoughts, and that's community. As the last card is guiding you towards a knowing of being at one with all things and all that is. This is showing consciously you are part, of a community, and you could be more fulfilled by being part of a community. Maybe if you've been withdrawing your energy a bit, or being in hermit mode, there is a power when there is a vision that is shared and nourished as a collective. Are there any people or communities you want to reach out to, or even create yourself? I'd say many of us, especially in this community, many of us want a better world where we get to be ourselves, we get to be our authentic selves and live a life of freedom and sovereignty. It is hard to do this all alone. So if you're feeling called, maybe reach out, communicate with others who share your values and beliefs, as this can bring you to a place of greater love and fulfillment. The more we shine and share with others, the more we help ourselves and others to grow. The next card we have is our unconscious thoughts, and that's universal body. So this is kind of like a similar message to the past two cards that have kind of like hinted to that being of unity and power of a collective body, that we all belong to. It's a knowing deep down in your subconscious that we are all one. Take more time, I would say, especially in this new year, for self-nurturing care of your body and your spirit, and do things that make you feel pleasure. Connect with nature and to the people around you. Remember, life is for living, and that's about being in the present moment. The connections we have become stronger and more loving the more we love and take care of ourselves. With the moon in Cancer, this is about family, love, and nurture. So really focus on giving yourself that love, as this fills your cup so you have more to share with others around you. The next card we have is that which is past or ending, and that is the Priestess. From this card, I would say, you have been developing your intuition by learning to trust in yourself more. In the past, you could have been questioning and second guessing yourself, or allowing others to influence you instead of doing what feels most right to you. The Priestess is fiercely independent, and I'd say you have this quality that can sometimes make us feel that we need to do it all alone. But as this reading is strongly highlighting community and relationships, I'd say you are now knowing it doesn't all need to be done by you alone. Although you know it can, because you are independent, you don't have to. Now you are learning to accept yourself and all your colours more fully. This can be shared with others in service. Doing this will open your abilities and visions more fully. As the Stag says, trust and thrive, which you are now trusting in yourself, which is increasing your self-confidence. This will help you make any decisions or choices coming up for you in the near future. The next card we have is the future, or that which is beginning, and that is the Two of Swords. So through the development of your intuition, you can now make any decisions that may be coming with more clarity and an inner knowing. A situation or relationship, I'd say, would require a choice coming up, but you can now make this choice with a sense of peace and clarity. So really take the time to meditate and journal, as your insights are giving you the guidance you need. Really focus on what is most important to you. What do you want in your life? Who nourishes you fully? You want peace, love, and harmony in your life. And you do deserve to have everything you truly desire. Obviously, choices can be difficult, but it's about really going within and seeing what truly lights you up. What do you want for this year ahead? Because, we're in a 1 year numerologically. We've just come out to the end of a cycle with 2025. Now in 2026, it's all about new beginnings. So yeah, really take that time for yourself. I think this year is going to be a lot to do with love. It's going to be a lot to do with finding ourselves and our inner love for ourselves, which is why self-care, I'd say, is really important. But it's also remembering that it's about the connections we have with others that really help us to learn, grow, and thrive. The next card we have is you and your energy, and that is the Poet. The artist, the witness, the truth teller. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. The unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet's energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. You are a creative soul who wants to express yourself in a way others relate to. Not all will resonate with your message or creations, but it will reach those who it's meant to. Your gifts of insight are revealing your truth. So do not be afraid to be you fully and express in whatever way feels good for you. If you do love to write or read, take some time to do this each day, as you will reveal more of yourself by doing this. The next card we have is the Sustainer, and that is the energy coming to us. The Peacemaker, the Upholder, the Preserver. The Sustainer is the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes tending to the tasks of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the meals warm and the mouths sweetly fed. The Sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to archive, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the Sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the Sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The Sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all and needs our love. So there could be a relationship or a situation you feel attached to that does sustain you. You know, it could pay the bills or help make your life a bit easier. If this is something you are doing just to keep the peace, I would say it's time to really look at this. You know, if does it support your growth? Does it make you, or does it make you feel trapped and contained? You may be the one doing it all, and not feeling supported. So I'd say this is a calling, to speak your truth. If there are any imbalances, speak your truth to get the support that you do deserve. If you don't let other people know, they're not going to know, and nothing will change. So as this, reading is a lot to do with, community and relationships and things like that, and also a choice coming up. This could be a choice that you make a decision to either speak your truth in a relationship for it to get better, or choose to leave a relationship because you don't see it getting better. The next card we have is Hopes and Fears, and that is the Raven's Head. Initiation, the ordeal, the work begins. Though alchemy is filled with a myriad of open-ended symbols, the Raven's Head has a precise message. It arrives to mark the beginning of the work. This card indicates something has occurred, known or unknown, to initiate the spinning of the alchemical wheel. With its mighty churning, things are about to change on every level. The Raven's work cannot be undone, just as the pill cannot be unswallowed or the pearl turned back to sand. You may be overwhelmed or think the journey ahead is not for you. Your doubts matter not to the Raven, as its appearance signifies it has chosen you. You are ready, and the moment is now. Can you go back to the way things were? Can you pretend nothing has changed? The Raven calls a clear no. It does not apologize, as it knows your destiny is great. Wow. So with change, whether wanted or not, it can bring fear and hesitation, as it is the unknown. With truth coming to you on the steps and choices you are facing, you know what to do, deep down you do, but you may be delaying it. I'd say you are ready for a new life where you are supported, loved and guided by your intuition and spirit. This change is going to bring you opportunities, growth and expansion on all levels. So this is about doing what needs to be done. There may be a delay, but whether you delay it or not, this is going to happen. So really there has been a few messages in this reading about being truthful with yourself and being honest. And that can be painful. So, take your time with this if you need to. If you need to take some time out on your own, do some journaling, do some meditation, to really find that inner truth that's going to move you forward for your best path ahead. And the next card we have is Yellowing, and this is the outcome or key. Aging, transitioning, warning. Indicating transition, the yellowing leads us into the next phase of our chemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the ochre blanket of leaves in fall. This colour seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow can be the marker of long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun and the cheer of Forsythia in February. Whether its message yellowing tells the truth, it leads us forward, like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what's to come. Take heed. The transition is here, whether by yoke or bile. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. So, your growth and expansion of your intuition has brought you clarity and the truth of what you need to do next. Change, can be easy or hard depending on your perception of the change, but change is a constant. It may feel painful or hard going through endings, but remember, there is a new beginning for you. It's carved by your thoughts and intentions. You have transmuted and integrated so many shadows, especially over the last year, and you have grown in so many ways. You may have outgrown a relationship or a situation or a role in your life, and you have the power to thrive and grow, and do anything you want to. Community and relationships should nurture your being, so really keep using your intuition to guide you. The angel number we have for today is 2222, feminine forces, relationships, balance, prosperity, efficiency, patience, and humility. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge, listen. And the animal guide we have today is the elephant. Unstoppable, auspicious, wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. When in balance, one-pointed focus, generous and loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. To bring to balance, trust. So yeah, I would say trust in yourself, trust in yourself to create the new beginning you long for. Good fortune is ahead. And this is really a great omen to assure you. Obstacles will be overcome and your intuition is guiding you to your best, most fulfilled life. So I hope this has helped serve in any way possible today. Please share below in the comments anything you're going through or, anything you wish to share. And I hope you have a good week. Until next time, thank you. Bye.